a long time ago, but see, this is what I mean. Everybody agrees on these jury trial dates. I send you all off to Norm and say,
No. This case was set for last week.
and I'm like,
And we were before Judge Angelini, and you know what happened.
mhm. Yeah.
He picked another case.
Judge, did you have jurors on the 30th, the first and the second?
All right. So we would do jury selection on June 30th. And this will be the only case on the docket. So this will be going.
Okay.
All right. So we're rescheduling you for June 30th. Your attorney has a vacation. And I always tell people, don't get upset with your attorney for having a vacation because everybody needs their mental health breaks and to just get away from all of this. There was a time when I would never do a vacation. And a defense attorney told me, he said, Stephanie, you should do a vacation with your family. What are you doing? I'm like, I got to keep working. And he said, Stephanie, if something were to happen to you and you were to die, he said, I would be very sad. But he said, you know what's going to happen? I'm like, what? And of course, you all in your feelings, you're like, they're going to shut down the city. It's going to be a day of mourning. He said, what they're going to do is they're going to say, that's such a shame. And then who's taking our cases? And they're just going to give other people your cases. So attorneys need their mental health break because attorneys deal with a lot, especially when you're a solo practitioner and you don't get a break. So I'm going to let him enjoy his fishing. Hopefully he will catch something. Yeah. You'll have to show us a photo of you holding the fish.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So we're going to come back on June 30th. All right. And is there anything else, counsel?
Nothing else, Judge.
All right. So we'll bring you back on June 30th. You'll be brought just for trial. We're going to call up the jury on Monday. State.
We're going to do it early in the morning, I guess.
Yes. State, if you'll make sure that you have your witnesses and be ready on Monday.
For testimony to begin on Monday?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
And so what will end up happening is because they have to qualify jurors, we probably won't have a jury out in the hallway till 10 at the earliest. But then we're going to do jury selection. Then right after jury selection, we'll come back in the afternoon for testimony. All right.
And there's the two pre-trial motions. It's just a limine and 404B. It's very simple.
All right. What's the motion in limine?
There's a limine and a 404B.
All right. If you'll confer with the state over that, what I can tell you is I don't know anything about your case. The only thing I know is what the charge is. So with regards to motion in limines, which means the defense, there's some things that he maybe doesn't want the state to mention before the state gets ready to question any witnesses about that or elicit any testimony. I'll have the jury step out and then I'll be able to hear argument and I'll know better what this case is about and what both parties say and the facts are. Okay.
Sure.
And then the 404B,
Mhm.
If you'll talk to the state
I'll
and
talk to them. I think I have their notice.
okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Judge. Maybe excuse their
Yes, you may be
texting me from the
Yeah.
front hall. Monday.
She's fine to sit there.
Yeah, still not done corporate parking.
So, welcome. Have a seat. What's your name? Well, welcome to the White Center. And just have a seat here and I'll tell you what's happening. Okay, all right, thank you. Okay, so right now, cases are being brought before me. And we're supposed to be scheduled for jury trial today. It may or may not happen. It just depends on who's ready for trial. So what grade are you in? Oh, awesome. Well, welcome. And what school are you attending? Okay, all right.
You're
Yes.
sorry. May I approach from Baltimore and Chapel?
Let me see. Okay, just give me a moment. Let me put this in the system.
Yes, sir.
And Norma, what page is Barnes on? All right, thank you. And on Barnes, which case are you all, are you proceeding on the assault,
Yes, Your Honor.
the assault choking?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And what's going to happen with the other case?
Your Honor, at that time, we could do it afterwards, or we just have to pick one to go on, so we're just doing the choking first.
All right, so why did you, I thought this was the other case. Why do y'all think this is going to last beyond the time frame we're here?
First,
I mean, shouldn't this defense on this assault choking case?
Yep.
How long should it, are you, if your client were found guilty, are you going to the court for punishment or the jury?
The jury.
Okay,
Oh, Your Honor, I think we considered and thought we would be picking on Tuesday, and so it would last until Thursday. But if we are, because it's next week on Monday. Yeah. So if we're picking next week on Monday and starting on Monday, the state should be done by Tuesday afternoon.
okay. So if y'all were to do jury selection today, y'all would be, when do you leave?
I leave on Thursday.
So this should be done, right? If we were to do jury selection today?
If we were to do jury selection today and start Wednesday, the state has 5 witnesses, one of them being the complainant, and it would depend on.
I mean, we would start in on the morning.
But I'm sorry, defense counsel also may have witnesses. And so I don't know that we could say that we would be finished with state's case in chief, defense case in chief, jury charge conference, closing,
and deliberation to render a verdict.
because he's gonna be gone on Thursday, was my understanding.
Yeah, so that's why I just felt it'd be safer that the trial at least run into Thursday. So the jury, the closings on Thursday and give the jury time to deliberate Thursday.
Okay. Do you still want to keep it for the June 30th?
I have to go on Thursday. I'm
No
cutting
problem.
Monday short, so it's better to cut Monday short.
No problem.
Yeah.
I thought y'all were going on the other case.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, and who is off docket?
Actually, how about Jeff?
Alderman Topper, Your Honor.
Okay.
I have conferred with the defense attorney, Mr. Dominguez, and I know the court wanted to bring both of us in today
Mhm.
to discuss the case for next week. I believe it's set
Yes.
July 1st. And he did just say I could approach on my own.
Okay. All right, so why is this coming up as no match found? Just give me 1 second. Topper? Ah, there it is. All right, so it's set for jury on July 1st.
Yes, sir.
And Norma, can you just move it for the following week and we'll see what goes?
Thank you,
And
Judge.
so we'll put it on July 7th.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Your Honor, I do have to check. We do have several lay witnesses. If they are not available, can we reapproach the court?
Mhm.
Thank you.
What do we need?
Just. Don't worry.
Okay, wait a minute.
All right, so this is a criminal felony district court. So the cases that we hear in this court are felonies. And felonies are cases where someone can be sentenced up to two, at a minimum, up to 2 years. So when you go to misdemeanor court, the most that they can be sentenced to is 1 year in the Bear County Jail. So here, anything over a year sentence, those would usually be the felony cases. In this court, there's a lot of drug cases, and those drug cases are usually not your marijuana cases so much. It's usually methamphetamine, some type of opiates. Sometimes we do get marijuana cases, but normally it's your harder drugs. Not that marijuana isn't a hard drugs. Don't do drugs at all. And we get your cases involving assaultive offenses, a lot of domestic violence cases. And the domestic violence cases, normally they're in misdemeanor court. But if someone is accused of doing it more than once, usually ends up in felony court. And then we have your other serious felonies, murder cases, any type of sex cases involving children. Those are the cases that we get here, and anything that's aggravated. So when they say that a case is aggravated, sometimes it has to do with the injuries caused that make it aggravated, but sometimes it's because someone has displayed or used a weapon. And in felony court, and according to the law, anything can be used as a weapon, really. It's just the manner of its use. A gun, a knife, it's easily to see. But for example, this cup, it can become a weapon and make something aggravated if I'm hitting somebody with it and injuring them with it. They can say, yeah, I've used this as a weapon, so that makes it aggravated. So everybody charged with a criminal offense is entitled to a defense attorney. So in this court, you have people who are defense attorneys, you have people who are prosecutors, and the prosecutors are the people who have sent cases for indictment. People always say the prosecutor is the person who's trying to prove someone guilty and send someone to prison. But legally, their job is supposed to see that justice is done, whatever that may be. Sometimes people may say justice is not charging somebody for a crime, even though you know they committed it. Sometimes justice is you feel as though, someone committed a crime beyond a reasonable doubt, and you feel as though justice is for that person to go to prison, or maybe justice is for that person to go to probation. A lot of times in courts, plea agreements are worked out, so that means there's no jury trial. But if there's a jury trial in felony court, normally there are 12 people who are sitting in the box, and those 12 people will hear evidence and they get to decide whether somebody's guilty or not guilty. Sometimes people say, I don't want a jury to hear it. I want for you to hear it, in which case it's a bench trial. And then I will hear whatever evidence is presented. Now, usually people enter into plea bargain agreements and they're placed on probation. So the lady you see in the green, that's Bashan Abrams. She's our probation officer. So she'll let the parties know where they go for the conditions that I've set. And when someone's on probation, number one thing, don't commit any new crimes, right? The other thing is you always have to report. So right now, they've handed me these cases. I'm going to make sure that everybody has their discovery. And the defense is entitled to discovery, because you want to know if the state is charging you with murder. You want to know, okay, what do you have to prove that I committed this murder, so the attorney can talk to them? Okay. All right. Troy Trevino. Why do I have this case? Troy Trevino. Okay. And where is Trevino?
He's right here.
Yes.
Forget where I'm standing.
Oh, you're right here?
Right.
All right. Yes.
Yes, Judge. So my client has he has several cases, one with several with family violence, and several with criminal trial division. They are working together to try to get us a comprehensive deal and first offer as a first setting. even a 2-week reset just to give them some time to get us a first offer. We come back and see what we can do from there.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, if I can have a 2-week reset on Trevino, please. And just set it as discovery
Okay.
and state, will you have an offer by that time?
We should get your offer.
Is
All
it
right.
possible to do the 9th? Only because the 8th is getting complicated. Could we do the 9th the very next day?
All right, the 9th.
Is that all right?
Do it for the 10th then.
Thank you, Judge.
The 10th, Norm, is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we'll bring you back on the 10th. Do you have any
Thank-
questions?
Thank you, Judge. May we excuse?
Yes.
Guys, if they give you a reason.
He's in custody.
He's a custody.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah. I'll just, Yeah, no, I was like.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Their staff, not whole staff. Hold on.
And Norma, what page is he on? All right, thank you. Oops. And he has 2 pages. I mean, he has more than one page.
Yeah, we just got the back of the other ones.
Okay.
It's the same.
And who is Mr. Sawyer waiting on? Because I don't have it.
You should put it up there. You think get them when they clean off with the.
And I think I'll return that file back because yeah, that file was returned back. Let's hear him, Leon Small.
I am your. Yeah, question.
Yes.
Mr. Small is in the custody of the Bureau of Prisons, or at least in federal marshal custody. He's got a federal case. I brought the court, the docketing sheet on his federal case off of Pacer, as well as his federal indictment, as well as, there's an order of detention, which is not contained in there, but there's reference to it. He was detained without bond over there. And I think his next, if you look at the very back page,
Yeah.
there's an order, setting a plea deadline. Yes, ma'am. So I think I'm not representing him on the federal case, but I think I hate to use the word artificial, but I don't know. I mean, these dates are certain dates for right now, but
They may change.
it will change. I believe.
Hey, Ms. Ferguson, I need a date in August for Mr. Small, late August, please.
And Judge, I hate to ask you this, but and anyone that could help me on it, is he showing up on bond, or is there a way I could make an oral motion, or does the court need me to file a written motion to go ahead and go off his bond, just so at least he's accumulating credit?
What I can tell you in this court, I mean, if you want to do that, of course, the court will do that. But in this court, your client has been in custody and he has a May bond. And if for some reason he were sentenced on this case, I would give him credit for the time that he's been in federal custody while this case was open.
Very well, Judge.
Because sometimes he may be found not guilty. Then he's like, I don't have a bond.
Right.
All right. What date, Ms. Ferguson? All right. Is there anything else, counsel?
No, ma'am, Your Honor.
All right. Good seeing you.
Pleasure seeing you.
All right.
Thank you, Judge.
You too. All right. So with federal cases, the federal court will not release a defendant to come to state court until their case has reached its conclusion. And there's nothing we can do about that. So we just have to wait until they finish.
Sorry, that was mine. Trying to try it again.
Joe Grant, yes.
Your Honor, Mr. Grant is on today's docket. I was
Yes.
just hired yesterday at 5 o'clock.
All right, Ms. Ferguson. I need a jury trial date for Mr. Grant, and if it works out, then there will not be a jury trial. So can you set this in July, please?
Okay.
Criminal Trial Division. It's a possession case. It shouldn't take that long. All right, July 22nd.
That's good, Your Honor.
All right, and that'll be your jury trial date and plea deadline date, and you can ask your client if he would like a bench trial.
I will do that, Your Honor.